What's on, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Ross, I like games, and today we've got a bunch of One Piece news that we need to be having a little bit of a chat about. There's a lot of cool stuff going on, there's a lot of stuff we need to talk about, so let's start off having a little bit of a talk about Store Tournament Volume 2. Why? I don't know. Why not, ladies and gentlemen? Why not? Now, what we got for Store Tournament Volume 2, these are your bigger tournaments. Now, no, they're okay. They're little tournaments, but they're not very casual. In fact, they're about as small as we get before we get to the super casual tournaments. But what we've got here is a little bit of an update. We know what the Tournament Pack Volume 2 is, and we know what the Winner Pack Volume 2 is. And this is extremely cool. Now, in either of them, you can get yourself a Don. Cool. The winner version is stamped. And I'll be honest with you, a set of 10 winner stamped Don, I can absolutely get behind that. Interestingly enough, as I've told you before, you turn up, you get the participation pack, you win, or your tournament pack, and you win, you get your winner pack. And then there are free cards. We've got the alternate art of Frankie from your starter deck. Free cost, 4,000 power, Don X1. You can attack active characters. Doesn't see a lot of play in red at the moment, but there's definitely some potential there. We've got ourselves Izzo, free cost, 3,000 power, counter plus 2,000. And on play, you rest up to one of your opponent's characters for cost or less. Sees a huge amount of play in green decks. Absolutely gigantic card. Just absolutely everywhere. It is all over the shop. It sees a huge amount of play. This is a cool thing. And then we've got Black Maria, who is a 2-cost, 2,000 power, counter plus 1,000 purple character with blocker. But you see what we got here is a 2-cost blocker. And purple actually don't have a 1-cost blocker. They just don't, honestly, ladies and gentlemen. All the other colours do. Purple doesn't. They've got more than one 2-cost blocker, and that's lovely. But they don't actually have a 1-cost blocker. So you know what? This'll do. This'll do very nicely. For that reason, it sees a bunch of play. Oh, right, and before anyone points it out, yes, I know that Blue Gory from OPO2 can be a 1-cost blocker, but only if you've got Saldef on the field. Saldef's skill is that it gives Blue Gory blocker. However, that's not a 1-cost blocker. That's 2 1-cost cards that together get blocker. And I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, that's not the same thing. And I stand by that one quite nicely. So you know what? Yeah. This'll do, ladies and gentlemen. This'll do very nicely indeed. And as you will have seen as we go through that, I showed you the winners promos there as well. I put them side by side. It seemed like the right thing to do. And these are cool. Like I say, Frankie sees the least play of any of them, which is a little bit sad. But the fact of the matter is, 2 of these free cards see a huge amount of play. Frankie's got a bunch of potential. And we've got the winners promos. And once again, I adore the winners promos. You know, if we take Black Maria as an example here, it's the same artwork. It's the same card. But the winner version is firstly stamped winner. And secondly, it's stamped super fancy. And actually, if we take a look at the free winners cards just for a second, I really appreciate that Frankie has got a red winner stamp, Izzo's got a green winner stamp, and Black Maria's got a purple winner stamp. I'm sorry, these kind of things are important. These kind of things mean a lot to me. So this is kind of cool. But I told you that was basically the little tournament that isn't casual. What about the little tournament that is casual? Well, we got a slight update here as well. Now, this is the Pirates Party, of course. And the update that we've got is that the participation is going to be Morgan, promo 26. And this is one of those situations where we can be very sad and upset. Because actually, hang on a second, they've not got an image. But also, we know this, ladies and gentlemen. Like, we know the deal here. We know what Morgan is. We've seen this card. We've seen this card in Japanese. So that's lovely. And it is, incidentally, the same card in Japanese. So, I mean, okay. It's either the same card we saw in Japan, or it is a promo with the same number, of the same character, that's different, which makes no sense. 4 cost, 5,000 power, counter plus 1,000, and when attacking, you give up to one of your opponent's characters -3 to their cost during this turn. It's fine. I don't love it, honestly. I don't think it's going to be amazing, but I do think it's a cool enough card. One thing I will say, and I do think this is moderately important, I'm glad this doesn't look like a very good card. I don't want this to be a very good card. I don't want the promos to be good. I want the promos to be cool. That's what I want. I want the promos to be the kind of things you want to pop in a binder. I do not want them to be the kind of things where everybody's just falling over themselves here. That's not good. I don't want everybody rushing to get these cards. That doesn't make me happy. I don't want that. That makes me genuinely sad. When you've got these really good promos and we've got these lovely tournaments that are supposed to be, people getting involved in a game and learning to play and all that good stuff. I want those tournaments to just be nice and friendly. And they become less nice and less friendly when everybody's jumping over themselves to try and get a place out of the promo because they're good. So, cool promos that are bad, give me them all day long, ladies and gentlemen. Give me them all day long. But maybe you're not playing yet. Maybe you're learning to play. Well, I've got wonderful news, ladies and gentlemen. We've got something for that as well. You see, what we've got is the in-game or in-card game install tutorial. That's what I'm talking about. That's what we're getting. And we got ourselves a promotion pack. And we've got ourselves a demo deck. Now, we don't know exactly what the demo deck is. We just know who the leader is. It's the Roanoa Zoro from Romance Dawn. Now, I kind of like this, because the first demo deck we saw, the leader was the Luffy from Romance Dawn, the dual color red and blue. And I don't mean to sound mean when I say this. It's not a good leader. It seems like no play. And part of the reason is maybe the best leader in the game right now is Trafalgar Law, who's also green and red. So you know what? Yeah, fair enough. But this Luffy saw like no play, and that makes me a little bit sad. Here, they're giving it the cool one, Don X1 on your turn, all your characters gain 1,000 power. In the Japan OPO2 metagame, which is not guaranteed to be the same as ours, but in the Japan metagame for that format, we actually saw Roanoa Zoro was like the best deck in the game. It was seeing the most play. It was absolutely everywhere. It was phenomenal. So yeah, let's have a deck based around that. That would be lovely. Also, fun little side note, the demo deck for Luffy may have been the dual color red and green Luffy leader, but it only actually had red cards in the demo deck. Obviously, this Roanoa Zoro is only going to have red cards in, so with 2 demo decks in, and we've still yet to see anything other than red. Also, I hope we keep getting these demo decks for years to come, because I want to have a format where we've got 10 different ones, and then we can have like a format where everyone plays a demo deck, just literally out the pack. That would make me happy. I want that to be a thing. Cool? Cool. Now, we've also got a promotional pack, and here's the thing. It is, I don't think it's fair to say not the most exciting promo pack we've ever seen. Like, let's put Killer side by side, right? The promo pack is on the right, the regular version is in the middle on the left. And you'll notice they're the same card with a different background. The art is the same. They've just kind of changed the background. It's a really good card. It's a 2-cost blocker, Don X1 on block. If you've got 3 or more characters, draw a card. Sees a huge amount of play in green decks. It is legit. It is a great card. My problem here, and I do think this is a legitimate thing, it's the same card with a different background. Now, technically still totally counts as a promo. Is a different card. But honestly, if you don't put them side by side, like when I first glanced at this, my first thought was, wait, are they just reprints? But it says promotion pack. Why are they just reprints? And then I looked and I'm like, oh, they're not just reprints. They're ever so slightly different, but you can see why people might think they're reprints. If we have a look at Miss All Day Sunday, we see a very similar kind of thing. Same card, same art, slightly different background. Oh, actually this one is zoomed in a bit more as well. It's the blocker, and on KO if your leader has a Baroque Works type, you add an event card from your trash to your hand. Not one that's seeing a huge amount of play at the moment. We've got the ulti that came around again in Romance Dawn. Decent enough card, on play, pay 1, add a Don card from your Don deck and rest it. Not an absolute staple in every purple deck, I think it's fair to say, but also not an absolute trash, unplayable card. It fits nicely somewhere in the middle. But like with all of them, I'm leaving it here like right side by side with the regular card, and it is a different card. It's zoomed in a bit, and we've got a slightly different background. But that's it. That's the difference, ladies and gentlemen. That is the difference. Now, we got Marco that's actually from OPO2 coming in here. Of course, that has not been released over here yet. 4 cost, 5,000 power blocker. On KO, you can trash a card of a type including Whitebeard from your hand. And if you've got 2 or less life, play this character from your trash rested. So basically, when you're low on life, which Whitebeard pirates often will be, it's a blocker. But when the blocker goes down, you get to play it again. I cannot be the only one that thinks that's kind of cool, ladies and gentlemen. I cannot be the only one that thinks that's kind of cool. But again, you put this side by side with the regular version of it, and it's a very similar card. Slightly zoomed in, slightly different background. And then we finish off with Kobe, which is from Starter Deck 6. Again, not been released over here yet. 1 cost, 2,000 power. On play, trash a card from your hand. KO an opponent's character with a cost of 0. Bearing in mind that is what black decks generally try and do, is get you down to a cost of 0 and then take advantage with cards like Kobe. What I will say, this one actually looks kind of like a promo. It's still just zoomed in with a different background, but they've zoomed in quite a bit, and they've done a very different background. And this one, compared to Killer and Miss All Day Sunday, this does at least look like a proper promo card. So there we go. We've got in-store tutorials with these lovely promos and demo decks. We've got Morgan finally confirmed for the Pirates Party, although we kind of could have seen that coming. And we've got ourselves new tournament packs, and that makes me happy. But now it's over to you guys. Tell me what you think about this, ladies and gentlemen. Tell me how excited you are. Go nuts in the comment section, but be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWasi. That's where we talk One Piece and a bunch of other card games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts, join a Discord, and all kinds of fun things. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching Wasi Plays.